Hi, and welcome back to another video. So on my channel I've talked about what I think of hair requirements before, but I feel like expanding on this and going in depth. I can think of at least three situations, or like, I can think of three situations where girls are allowed long hair but boys are not. That's in the police force and the army and in certain schools. Now I think out of all those situations, the worst one to have short hair rules is in schools, because like I think it's like I feel like it's a bad thing not letting boys have I think it's a bad thing forcing boys to have short hair in schools, yeah, because all boys need to go to school, and if they have to have short hair just to go there, then I think it's a bad thing. But I guess in the police force, in the army and stuff, I just think it's kind of not as bad, because men that because not everyone is forced to join the police force or the army. They're more optional, so if you don't like the rules, you don't need to join. But then again, in New Zealand, policemen and the women are allowed tattoos and all sorts of things, and the men are allowed, I think, long beards and stuff, and I'm not sure if they're allowed piercings, because the thing is, they're trying to be more like, they're allowing all sorts of things that they didn't used to, because they're kind of then more like the criminals, as in they can still have tattoos and stuff, but if they're allowing tattoos and long beards and all sorts of stuff like that, and that the brown men are also, and that the brown men are allowed long hair in the police force, then all men may as well be allowed long hair if they have it tied up. Yeah, and also, if men are allowed long hair in the Navy, then they may as well be allowed long hair in the Army and the Air Force as well. I don't see why they shouldn't be able to. Because, you know, they don't grab each other's hair or anything while fighting. If they have, if short hair rules are there for safety reasons, that doesn't make sense. See, it's true that if a man had if a man had like a man bun in the army, and it could get tugged on and fall out, but the same with a woman. So you see what I'm saying? And if they allowed everyone to have long hair, it would be more fair anyway. Now, back to talking about the police force, I'm pretty sure brown men are allowed long hair, especially if it's part of their religion, because in some religions you have to have long hair, and having short hair is against your religion. And but I think all brown men are allowed long hair in the police force, but white men are not allowed to have long hair. And see, even if you only have a drop of brown DNA in you, so if you've got white skin, but you might have a drop of brown. You either see, because let's say if you have a drop of Māori in you, you either are or you aren't Māori. So if you were white but you had a tiny drop of Māori, then does that mean you're allowed long hair? If so, then I guess all policemen may as well be allowed long hair. It's true that if you had long hair, like, it could get tugged on and it could fall out and stuff, but parts of the cop's uniform could also get tugged on, such as the belt or just the clothes in general. So if they can tug on the uniform and it doesn't, if they can tug on the uniform, and you see what I'm saying? So if if the uniforms can be tugged on anyway, then what's so bad about letting them have long hair? So New Zealand could be the first country to get rid of these rules because because in New Zealand we talk about it being a free country, but then if it's a free country, then you could also argue the police force and the army and the air force and stuff can make whatever rules they like, that they're free to make whatever rules they like because it's a free country. But then again, if they were able to make whatever rules they like, then they could have all sorts of silly rules. So they could force women to have short hair if they wanted to, and no one would like that. Oh, whoops, I mean, New Zealand won't be the first country to get rid of short hair rules, because I imagine there's other countries in the world that don't have them, because I don't know everything. But what I do know is that New Zealand was the first country in the world to allow women to vote. And that's a good thing that women can vote now, and they made it fair. So, yeah. I was curious, so I looked up the, hair requirement in the US Navy, and it says that men are not allowed long hair, but there's nothing I can do about that because I'm a New Zealander. No wonder why New Zealand is considered a free country, because they allow men to have long hair in the Navy. And my main point is that at least in New Zealand, I think we can get rid of short hair rules in all jobs, and we can get rid of short hair rules in schools. At least, because as far as I can think of, I don't think short hair rules are ever necessary, but I don't know. Anyway, goodbye.